guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice and I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please do consider subscribing. You saw the title and the thumbnail. Today's video is all about hauling 20 plus books that I received in the month of March. I love making such videos because one, I get to actually share the joy of receiving new books with the people who genuinely understand what it is like to receive new books, and two, I really want you guys to know which books are there currently in my shelf, so that if you want me to read and review a particular book, I can read and review it. If you have any suggestions for me, the books that I should buy, put in the comments, and if you already have the books that I have, we can probably read it together and discuss it in the comment section. And it's just a lot of fun to have all of these conversations with you guys because I love you guys so much. I am going to be talking about the books in the sequence in which I received them. Plus, I have read and reviewed a lot of these books in the month of March itself, so you can go and check out the March wrap up. First book I received was Yes, No, Maybe So. I have talked about this book in 3 or 4 videos or 5 videos, I don't know, consecutively at this point, because I love this book so much. I got the paperback version of this in the last haul and I fell in love with it, which is why I knew when I was like halfway through the book that I am going to get the hardcover version of it. Honestly speaking, it's a little expensive, but it is so worth it. Every time I look at it, that feeling of receiving it for the first time and seeing it for the first time with the smooth matte finish and the shiny Yes, No, Maybe So. I love this blue color so much. That feeling is not going away, which is why I feel like it's good money spent, and I'm so happy to receive it, and I am in love with this book. If I could, I would literally keep it on my bed every single day because I think this is the single most cutest book that I have in my shelf that looks so cute and is so cute on the inside. Next up, I received The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and Penguin sent this to me, so thanks Penguin for sending it to me. Lynn Painter's writing is not the kind of writing where you read one book and then you never read her book again. It is so comforting and it is so cozy that you want more of her writing in your life, and that is the reason I requested for this book, and I have already read this book and I loved it so much, and I love the cover so much. I love the yellow and I love the pink. When I was making the 1-minute review for this book, I am wearing a pink dress in it. It is there on my Instagram, and I get into a whole other zone whenever I hold this book in my hand. I am not the usual Anchal Rani. I am a gushy Anchal Rani at that time. Next up, I received 2 books from Bloomsbury. Thank you so much, Bloomsbury, for sending the book. The first book I got was We Measure the Earth with Our Bodies. I read the description of the book and I think this is literary fiction, and literary fiction, I did not know this earlier, but most of the books that I like are literary fiction, and apparently literary fiction is one of my favorite genres. So I requested for the book and I got this book. I love the blurb. It sounds really interesting, and I do love the cover too, and I just love how it's floppy and it's huge, and I am so excited to read this one. But I do want to be prepared before I get into it because I want to give this book like 3-4 days so that I'm reading it slowly and then finishing it. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those books that I recommend 1 million times, and I love reading such books which I can recommend 1 million times. And the next book I got was A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. This is my first Samantha Shannon book. This is actually the proofread, ARC, whatever you call it, not the published version. It is a version you get before the book is published, and I am in love with it. The writing is like silver shiny writing and everything else is matte, so when you keep it on the shelf and in the evening when the sun is shining, this whole thing glows, and this is like a beautiful blue color, so I love it. It's really thick though. I think it is like 800 pages or something. So when I was requesting for it, I was like really excited because I knew it is long, but I did not imagine it to be this huge. I think this is the biggest book I have. Plus it is fantasy, so I know for a fact that once I start reading this book, it's going to take me 2 million years, but it falls into the vibe of me reading fat books this year, so that I'm able to stay in that world. Plus this is a prequel to The Priory of Orange, so I'm gonna read that first and then this, and probably vlog it. I don't know, I'm not sure, but we'll see. After those 2 books, I received 2 books from HarperCollins. I received quite a few books from the publishers this month, and I was actually, okay, let me just tell you a story. I requested for these books in like mid-Feb or something, and after that I had no confirmation whether I am going to receive these books or not. And when I requested, I was not like extremely excited, or I was not like, oh no, I really want it. But as days passed and I kept staring at the cover of the book on my phone, I was dying to hold the books in my hand. It came in like mid-March or end of March, and you have no idea what I have been through. I mean, as a book lover, if you know what it feels like when you have ordered a book and you're just waiting for it to arrive, that wait is like the worst thing ever. However, when I did receive the book, and in the middle I thought that I'm not going to get it, okay, and I was like really sad. My entire family, my friends, everyone was like, it's okay, we will buy it for you, whatever. But after all of that, when I did receive the books, I was like the happiest person alive, and I'm still the happiest person alive that I have gotten them. The first book is How to Kill Men and Get Away with It by Katie Brent. Look at this cover, you guys, just look at it. There's actually a shadow here, I don't know if the camera is getting it, where in this picture she's holding a coffee mug, but in this picture, like the shadow, she's holding a knife, and she's dressed so well, but there's a splatter of blood, and this thing is like embossed, so it's shiny, otherwise it's matte. I love the muted orange color. The blood splatters are also shiny. The story is insanely me. I mean, the kind of thriller books that I read, and I just love this book. I don't know what I would do if I did not receive this book. So when I did receive it, I loved it. I've already read it and I've already reviewed it, so you can check the review out. And the next book I got was 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. Honestly speaking, I did not have high expectations from the book. The reason I requested for the book was because it has love in it, and if you talk to me about love, if you're telling me there's a book about love in the world, I will get it, and that is the reason I wanted to get it. But apparently when you don't have huge expectations, the book turns out to be better, like insanely amazing. And that is what happened with this book, and I loved this book too. After that, I received 2 books that I bought in the month of March. So in the beginning of the month, when I get my monthly payments, I don't know why I did this. I think I'm like Joey, I don't know where to use this. I use this like everywhere. I have a budget and I buy books within that budget as a treat for myself at the beginning of every month, and these were the 2 books that I got from that budget. The first book is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I'm already reading it actually right now, and I have only paused because I had to film this video, because after this I'm getting right back into reading it because it is one of the warmest books I have ever read. Lynn Painter, oh my god. I also read Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. She writes such normal books, such calm books, such warm books where your head is not really working when you're reading. You're just immersed into the story, and it's so cute that you're just like, yes, I want more of it, and you feel so relaxed when you're reading her books. So that is what is going on with this one. And the next book I bought was Never Let Me Go by Kazu Ishiguro, who is the winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature. Now this is a sad book, there is no question about it, because the reviews I have seen, or even like when people are recommending sad books on Instagram, they will include this book. But 1, I love the cover, and 2, sad books sometimes really stay with you, and I really want that experience. Right now I'm in the middle of a romance binge, and I'm like literally only reading romance except for a couple of books here and there. So I'm thinking that once I'm done with that, I am going to start reading a few sad books, and then I'm going to start reading thriller books. Now I don't want to decide because I'm doing all of this mood reading right now, and I am so good at mood reading, and the number of books I read when I mood read is insane. So I'm not going to fix anything, but that is the plan. It's not the plan, but you get it. The next book was actually a surprise. I did not expect this book at all, but I got it, and I'm reading it in the morning in the month of April right now, and I am shocked to my core as to how much I like it. And the book is Roar Like a Goddess by Acharya Shunya. This book is about empowering the goddess within you, and that is it. That is all I need to know to start reading this book as soon as I got it, because queen behavior, goddess behavior, all of those things is like everything I'm made of. I just want to empower myself as much as I can, because I truly believe in the fact that you are stronger than you think. You have more potential than you can see right now, but you need a lot of courage, and you need a lot of head, and you need a lot of faith in order to start taking those actions and defeating all of the doubt and fear. And that comes from goddess behavior, queen behavior, treating yourself with the respect that you deserve, all of those things. And I think that this book is going to help me with that, and I love it. Not just that, I'm just going to show you one illustration of this book which I am in love with. I mean, there are more, but I'm just going to show you one right now because I have only seen one, and it is this, the first section, and just look at how pretty that is. I love it. But I'm still not going to give my final views on this because I don't know, I've not read that much. I read very little bit in the morning, and I don't want to say that it's like the best book in the world and then it is not, and then it's just going to be a blah. So don't take my views right now, but I am excited about it. Next up, I had not bought a book from a bookstore since so long, and so I was like, I need to go to a bookstore and I want to have fun over there. Whenever I go to a bookstore and I buy a book from a bookstore, it sort of romanticizes my life. That whole feeling of, oh, let's go and get coffee first, and then oh, you're so all energized and you go with like your oversized t-shirt and your oversized pants and your oversized tote bag, and you get a coffee, and then you go to the bookstore and you look through all of the books, and then you choose the one book that you want to buy, and then you get the receipt and you put the receipt in the middle of the pages, and you put it in your tote bag after that, and you're roaming around with the book that you got from the bookstore. I mean, that's all, it's everything for me. From that, I got Set on You by Amy Leah. This is actually the first book in a series. The reasons I got it was, one, I have seen it all over the internet. I did not have huge expectations from it because I have not seen reviews of anyone saying that, oh my god, it's out of the world. So I don't have huge expectations, but that was not the point. I wanted to get like a cutesy romance book from the bookstore just to romanticize my life, nothing else. And two, the second part of this book, X's and O's, is about the sister from the main character of this book, and she's a bookstagrammer, and I really wanted to read about that also before I move on to reading X's and O's. So I got it, and I have already read it and reviewed it. In the same weekend when I bought Set on You, I did a little bit of retail therapy because that weekend was kind of stressful, not in like a bad or like not in a sad way, but it was stressful. There was just so much to do and I had to let off some steam, so I did retail therapy. So I bought more books. Okay, so that one was from a bookstore, Set on You, and then I got this, The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I have already read it and reviewed it, and it's the most magical book in the world. I think one of you guys commented for this book very long back in 2021, I think. I'm still looking for the screenshot because I screenshot the recommendations you guys gave, but I'm not able to find that screenshot. So if you did recommend it, comment below. But I was looking for books which is within the like 250-300 range and is magical, and it will distract me and it will take me to another world, and I got this book. It has moon in the cover and in the title, and that was kind of the reason I got it, because I love Mother Nature and I love moon, and since childhood I have always thought that I'm a moon child, so I got it. And in the same vibe, I got another kiddie book. So I love these kid books where the kids are smart and the kids are like really, what do you call it, visionary, you know, they have wisdom, they're wise. I like kids that are wise. I love reading these books because it just gives me so much courage, and it makes me so empowered. So I take inspiration from these kids to live my own life in a magical, beautiful way. That is why I keep getting excited about the littlest things in my life, and I love it. I love this vibe that I stay in. To inspire that, again, I got The 1,000-Year-Old Boy. So he's basically a little kid, but he's 1,000 years old, and it's about how people don't want to die, but that's not always the case. So if there is a kid who is 1,000 years old, I am hoping he's wise. Also, I love the cover. I also got another kid book. It's on the way. It will be there in the April haul, and I love it. I just love it. Now that I'm making the haul, I'm realizing I got like 6 books that weekend. What was I thinking? Another book that I got on the same day when I got the kid books. It's just so okay, there's a huge contrast in the books that I got. So first I got 2 books from the perspective of kids, which is magical, and that's like so innocent and nice. And then I got It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I read Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and it was spicy as hell, and it was insane, and except for a few things, I finished reading it in one night, and I was like, you know what, I want that. And right now in my romance binge, I was like, I want that. Plus, one of my Bookstagram friends, Avani, has said that if I liked Secretly Yours, I'm going to go crazy about this one because she is crazy about this one and she has read multiple Tessa Bailey books. So her recommendation also was one of the reasons why I got it. Plus it was for $250, so nobody could stop me from getting it. So I got this one, and this is an adult romance, and the reason I'm saying that it's so contrasting is because yeah, this is a spicy romance book. It's steamy. I'm blushing at this point, but yeah, I got this book also. And the last book that I received in the same weekend was not bought by me. It was bought by one of you guys. Thank you so much, hubby, for sending the book to me. He just messaged messaged me out of nowhere saying that, hey, can I ask you a question? Can I send you a book? Because, and I'm pretty sure that this is not how his voice is. This is just his voice in my head because that's how I talk. But he was like, I really want you to read Agatha Christie books, but you don't read them. And I felt so bad when I saw that because I really do want to read more Agatha Christie books, but I just don't get a chance to read them. And so I was like, yeah, okay, send the book to me. I'm telling you that weekend was stressful, but all my stress was gone with all of this retail therapy and this big amazing gesture. Like, it made my day. That someone first of all loves an author and books so much that they would want the other person to read it so much that they're ready to gift the book to them, and two, that he wanted me to read it so badly. I felt so freaking special. I still feel special, so this is going to be the most special book ever. And the book is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Again, read it the same day I got it. I read it and I finished it in 2 days because I started it at night and then I had to read in the daytime. If I started it in the daytime, I would finish it in the same day. It's that interesting. And I have a crazy idea. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have 7 Taylor Jenkins books for the Taylor Jenkins shelf. But now that I have read an Agatha Christie book and I'm seeing so many of you want me to read Agatha Christie books, I have a crazy idea that instead of doing the Taylor Jenkins shelf, I ditch it for like 3 months and I get more books by Agatha Christie. So like 7 books by Agatha Christie and I read and review. Like, I do the shelf series. I do the Agatha Christie shelf series first. What do you guys say? If I get enough comments about this, I'm going to do it. I have spent so much money on those 7 books, but I don't care. I'll spend more money and I'll get 7 books and we'll do the Agatha Christie shelf first. The reason I have not done the Taylor Jenkins shelf till now is because I'm not able to envision what it's going to look like, the trailer and everything. But once I finish reading this, I already have so many ideas for the shelf series for Agatha Christie. So if you guys tell me that you want the Agatha Christie series first, I'll do it. Next up, I received 2 books from Hachette. Thanks, Hachette, for sending these books. Another like 2 books which I was so wanted it since like mid-Feb or something, or the start of Feb, and I got it in like March end. So I have been going crazy about it. So when I received it, I was like the happiest person alive. The first book I got was The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. It's a rom-com and I am going to read this in my romance binge. So I am insanely excited about it. Also because it's, along with being a rom-com, it's witchy and it has magic. There are so many new things that I'm discovering right now, but apart from that, I'm just like really excited to see what this is going to be like. She has also written The Ex-Hex, so if I like this book, I will read that book also. And I got a thriller. So when I got Lock Every Door in the last haul, you guys commented saying and messaged me actually saying, oh my god, you've never read Riley Sager, what is wrong? No one said what is wrong with you, but you did say that, oh my god, you've not read Riley Sager, like you should read this and you should read that. And I was like, yes you guys, okay, I will. And so I requested for another book by Riley Sager and I got it, which is The House Across the Lake. I think this is the latest book for my romance binge. I got another book which is The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adam, who is the best-selling author of The Cheat Sheet. Srishti sent this to me, so thank you so much for sending it to me. I love the blurb of this book, and I have seen people say that if you like the hate game or the hating game, something like that, you will like this book. So I did like that, which is why I'm thinking of reading this book. After that, Chaitanya from Penguin very kindly asked me if I want to receive any book written by the authors from Southeast Asia. I don't know if I have read any books by authors from Southeast Asia. So I was like, yeah, sure, and I chose 2 books. So one is The Spotted Zebra, What Makes You Stick Out and Will Make You Stand Out by Uma Chia. Just look at it first of all. It's so pretty, and it talks about how it actually helps you in your life if you embrace the things that make you stand out. And I am all about that, and I love that because the number of places I don't fit in this world is not I don't know, but I do love sticking out, and I love embracing that I stick out because only then I get cutesies like you to come to me and talk to me, and I love you guys so much, which is why I chose this book, that I'm able to embrace it more and I can attract more of you cutesies into my life. And the next book I got was The Last Great Love Song by Paul Callan. Just look at the cover. It is the most beautiful thing in the world. Plus it is a mix of magic, which is like, it's fantasy and love. You won't believe, I don't know if you're gonna believe me, but I just saw love song and I got it. Like, that is the only reason I chose the book. And then after, once I received it, I also read the blurb and it sounds really interesting. So I am very excited to read this. I don't know if I'm gonna read it in my romance binge because I don't know if it's sad or not, but if it is not sad, then I will read it in my romance binge binge itself. After that, the second last book I received was I Hear You by Nidhi Upadhyay. This is an advanced reading copy and ARC. Nidhi Upadhyay is also the author of That Night, and I have not read that book yet. I missed out on it and I'm not able to get to it. I saw that she came out with a new book, and I saw like sort of like the book trailer or whatever you call it on Instagram, and when I saw it, I put a story of it, and you guys went crazy as me when you saw what it is about. A mother always talks to her child when the child is in her belly, right? But what happens when that unborn child starts talking back to you? I saw that and I was sold already, and I felt so happy and lucky she decided to send this book to me. So thank you so much for sending this book to me, Nidhi. I am beyond excited about reading the book. I'm actually gonna make a mini reading vlog and post it on Instagram. If I was not in the middle of a romance binge right now, I would be reading this book the day I got it. And then last but so not the least, I got On Your Request, and it was cheap. This was an impulse buy actually. I got Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I do not buy books impulsively. Most of my purchases are planned, or it is utterly cheap, so I just get it. This one was not utterly, I mean utterly cheap for me is like 200-250, okay? Anything above that is, first there is moderate and then there is really expensive. So above 250 till 400-450 is moderate. Above that is like expensive for me. That is my meter. This came in the moderate zone and it was not cheap, and I still got it out of nowhere because it was actually more expensive earlier, and then there was a sale and I got it in the moderate section. So I really hope I made sense. Plus you guys asked me to get this book. Now that is an excuse. Even though you guys asked me to get the book, it's not like I get every book you guys asked me to get, so obviously that is not the reason I got it. As I said, it's an impulse buy. It was not planned, but I am very happy that I got it because once I read the blurb, I was out of the world. It sounds so much like something that I would like to read. I feel like it's in that whole queen behavior zone, and I'm very excited about it. What I am planning is to actually read this and one more book which I'm going to get in April in one video and vlog it, but we'll see because the vibes are so different. I already have one package to open, which I'm going to open after shooting this, and I'm going to upload the unboxing on Instagram. And apart from that, there are 3 books on the way. So yeah, I'm thinking of actually making like monthly hauls at this point. Talking about like 35-40 books after 2-3 months of getting them is a lot. I actually don't receive so many books in 1 month every month, but you guys don't care about this, do you? I have to make my own decisions. Fine, I will. If you have any recommendations for me, any requests, put it in the comment section. I will check it out. I will take screenshots, and whenever I can, I will buy it. I just do want to say one thing. A lot of you have been messaging me and commenting about Haunting Adeline or Hunting Adeline, which is a series and it is a dark romance. Now you guys, I'll tell you one thing. I love darkness and I love romance, and I love you guys for keeping that in mind and recommending me this book because it genuinely sounds like something that is made for me. But I saw the reviews of the book, I saw what the book is about, I saw the trigger warnings, mainly like the trigger warning was the main reason, and I saw some of the quotes from the book, cat mouse things, and I am not up for it. I am so sorry. I think this is the first time ever where you guys have requested for a video, and I am so sure that I'm never going to make it because it's not meant for me. I am not going to put myself through that. I mean, maybe reward is really good after going through all of those things, all of that darkness, but I'm not going to I can't. I don't have that much of courage to actually go through with it and then reach the reward point. So I am not going to read and review it, and I'm so sorry about it. I really hope you understand. And with that, we come towards the end of the video. If you liked the video, please do like, share, subscribe. We have to reach 100k this year, so keep that in mind. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.